We would give you a reward, but I guess that knowing the people of South Park are safe again is reward enough.
Guess again.
All right, here's $100.
Wow!
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Eric Cartman was the best character on South Park.
We're not just sure, we're HIV positive.
For this list, we'll be looking at moments where Eric Cartman stood out among the many unique characters in South Park. In addition to his funniest moments, we'll also be considering the magnitude of his actions, both good and bad, as well as how far he's gone to achieve them. Which of Eric's moments do you think deserves the most praise? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. He took hall monitoring seriously. If South Park has taught us anything, it's that there is nothing more dangerous than Cartman with authority.
The hall monitor? Me?
You need to watch for bad behavior and make sure anyone in the halls during class has a hall pass, okay?
If anyone doesn't, you have the authority to bring them to me.
Authority?
After being assigned as South Park Elementary's latest hall monitor, Cartman takes his new role to the extreme to enforce the school's hallway code. He even dresses the part, Dog the Bounty Hunter style.
What? You can't just push me up against the... I'm the dog, the big bad...
Ironically, despite his excessive and questionable methods, Cartman's antics end up exposing an illegal relationship between Ike Broflovsky and his teacher.
Wow, I think I owe you one, Cartman.
You don't owe me anything. My hallways are clean.
He even goes on a manhunt to bring her to justice, albeit only for her not having a hall pass and breaking hallway code rules. Nonetheless, it's equal parts surprising and funny to see Cartman use his unusual quirks for good instead of evil.
Hey, kid, you need to get off the roof now.
That's cool. I'm done making my video anyways.
Number 9. Starting a Redhead Uprising. Even with the best of intentions, getting back at Cartman can potentially make a bad situation even worse. After Cartman's latest actions cause widespread discrimination against kids with red hair, his friends give him a taste of his own medicine by turning him into the very thing he despises. While their plan works at first, it leads to Cartman radicalizing the town's red-haired children, forcing them to take extreme actions, such as abducting other kids and attempting to wipe them out.
Now go! Go out into the night and take non-ginger kids from their homes! We will eradicate them all with cages and torches and a pit of lava to throw them all in! I am not gonna live my life as a goddamn minority!
Thankfully, Kyle is able to eventually reveal the truth to Cartman before further chaos can ensue.
You wanted to kill everyone who wasn't ginger, then that kid in the green hat told you something and now you don't want to do it all of a sudden. What did he tell you?
Nonetheless, we can't help but be entertained at how easily Cartman can turn an unfavorable situation into a very dangerous opportunity.
You are such a manipulative asshole, Cartman.
Yes, but I'm not going to die.
Number 8. Awesome-o.
Adam Sandler is like in love with some girl, but then it turns out that the girl is actually a golden retriever or something.
Oh, perfect! We'll call it puppy love.
What starts out as Cartman's latest attempt to mess with Butters backfires in the most hilarious way. While trying to uncover Butters' embarrassing secrets, Cartman manages to gain his trust by pretending to be a robot named the Awesome-o 4000. However, Cartman soon learns that Butters actually has evidence of his own embarrassing secret.
No way.
Yeah, and if Cartman ever messes with me again, I'm gonna show that video to everybody. Then I'll have my revenge, boy howdy.
Desperate to find said evidence, Cartman is forced to maintain his robot persona 24/7, which leads him to forego all basic human necessities, pitch hundreds of Adam Sandler movie ideas to Hollywood executives, and even get abducted by the US government.
I think maybe one day we can all... Wait a minute, did that robot just fart?
When Cartman's deception is finally revealed, Butters follows through with his threats, giving him a dose of much-deserved karma. Number 7. Saving the town from hippies. With the exception of Kyle, there's nothing that Cartman hates more than hippies. When hippies arrive in South Park in droves, Cartman takes immediate action to protect the town.
What did I do?
You can't kidnap people and lock them in your basement.
They're not people, they're hippies!
Is this problem under control?
I handled it, Mayor. Gee whiz.
Unfortunately, Cartman's warnings that something more sinister is at work involving the hippies are ignored, and he is even arrested for imprisoning them in his basement.
How much money is enough, Mayor? How many people's lives is it all worth? Goddamn hippies!
In a surprising twist, Cartman's concerns are in fact very valid as a legion of hippies threaten to swallow all of South Park with a hippie music festival. In the end, Cartman becomes the town's final hope and manages to put together a surprisingly ingenious plan to deal with them.
I can't believe we're actually listening to this. This is a crazy plan. You got a better idea, Steven. Damn it, my son is in there!
Not only does Cartman succeed in saving the town, he gets to enjoy a much-deserved reward at Kyle's expense.
Oh, here, Kyle, you want to play with it a little while? Oh, psych, you don't get to. Oh, check it out, cute.
Number 6. Embodying Tony Montana. When it comes to KFC, not only does Cartman enjoy it, but he becomes completely obsessed with it.
Oh my God, Colonel's popcorn chicken and honey mustard sauce. Oh God, yes. Where did you get that?
In Season 14's Medicinal Fried Chicken, KFC becomes illegal in the state of Colorado, forcing Cartman to turn to a criminal enterprise to get his satisfaction.
You get the chicken for me, and I'll make sure you're hooked up for life. Do you want to do it?
While Cartman does get access to all the KFC he can eat and then some, he indulges too much of his own supply, completely ignoring his duties in running his illegal business. Needless to say, this ends up ruffling the Colonel's feathers, and he decides to teach Cartman a lesson by taking a page out of Scarface's own Alejandro Sosa's handbook.
Oh crap.
Number 5. Freezing himself to obtain a Nintendo Wii. Among the many stupid things Cartman has done over the years, the steps he took to get a certain video game console ranks pretty high on the list. Unable to wait 3 weeks for the Nintendo Wii, Cartman concludes that his only remaining option is to freeze himself until it finally comes out.
Eric, are you sure this is a good idea?
No, it's not a good idea. It's an awesome idea.
Unfortunately, his plan encounters, quite literally, a whole avalanche of problems. The biggest being that instead of 3 weeks, he wakes up 500 years into the future and finds himself in the middle of a conflict between different atheist factions and highly intelligent space otters.
This is the dawning of the sea otter.
If you think that is nuts, the steps he takes to get back home are even weirder. Hope it was all worth it, Cartman.
I'm back. Wow, I'm back.
Number 4. The Casa Bonita Ordeal.
I am going to Casa Bonita.
For Cartman, there is no lie too big or scheme too dastardly if it means going to Casa Bonita. After Kyle decides to have his birthday party there, he invites his friends with the exception of Cartman for obvious reasons.
Kyle, you don't understand. Casa Bonita is my most favorite place in the whole world. I'll just die if you don't take me, please.
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Desperate to enjoy the restaurant's many amenities, Cartman decides to concoct a scheme whereby he lies to Butters, who was one of the people invited to the birthday, that the world has ended.
Remember, wait 1 week for the toxic levels to go down after Saturday. Goodbye.
All right, just 6 days, Butters. Sit tight.
He also kidnaps him, sending the entire town into a panic. In the end, Cartman's scheme gets exposed, but before he can be apprehended, he speedruns through Casa Bonita, ending with a literal fall from grace. Despite all the damage he caused with his lies, in Cartman's warped mind, the end result more than justified the means.
Well, kid, you made an entire town panic, you lost all your friends, and now you're going to juvenile hall for a week. Was it worth it?
Totally.
Number 3. Making things right. As intelligent and manipulative as Cartman has shown himself to be, he's equally prone to moments of unbelievable stupidity. After Cartman ruins his friend's KFC dinner, the latter decides to completely ignore him.
From now on, let's not talk to him. Let's not even acknowledge him. That sounds great.
This leads Cartman to come to the conclusion that he must be dead.
No, I can't be dead. I can't be dead!
Believing that the only way for him to pass on to the afterlife is to make it right, Cartman forces Butters to help him. He proceeds to make amends with everyone he's ever wronged over the course of the series.
Make it right. I'm paying for my sins and it sure feels great.
He even saves a group of people who were being held hostage. In the end, Cartman learns the truth and the realization infuriates him. Rather than accept his mistake, Cartman predictably takes his frustration out on Butters.
You son of a bitch, Butters.
Number 2. Sacrificing his happiness and family. Even though Cartman has done a lot of bad stuff, no one can deny that he took a bullet for everyone. 40 years into the future, Cartman, who is a rabbi with a loving family, attempts to interfere with a plan that would save everyone from the COVID pandemic.
Kyle wants to go back in time and change the past so that you and I possibly never even meet.
If I never met you, my life would be meaningless.
Mine too. You are my whole world.
While it looks as though Cartman is reverting back to his old ways out of his intense dislike for Kyle, his family convinces him otherwise, claiming that even with the future changed, they can still reunite with one another.
Don't you see? We have to leave it to chance. We're no better than he is.
In the end, Cartman doesn't go through with it, and even goes on to save Kyle, the whole world, and future by extension. Unfortunately, while everyone also benefits from the new future, the same can't be said for Cartman.
Hey, come on, fellas. We can't spend another holiday feeling bad for Eric. There's nothing that could have changed the path he was on.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Getting back at Scott Tenorman.
I made you eat your parents.
When it comes to some of the worst and most horrifying things that Cartman has done, his final act of revenge against Scott Tenorman is most likely his most infamous. After he naively falls for a con orchestrated by the teenager, Cartman attempts to get his revenge. Unfortunately, all of Cartman's plans not only end in failure, but also end with him being even more humiliated by Scott. All of this only drives Cartman further over the edge as he decides that embarrassing Scott is no longer enough.
That does it. I'm going to get Scott Tenorman once and for all!
To do so, Cartman goes full Hannibal Lecter and orchestrates a vendetta that culminates in him feeding Scott chili with quite the horrifying ingredient.
Do you like it? Do you like it, Scott? I call it Mr. and Mrs. Tenorman chili.
Suffice to say, everyone in South Park learned a valuable lesson that day.
Yes! Yes! Oh, let me taste your tears, Scott. Your tears are so yummy and sweet.
Dude, I think it might be best for us to never piss Cartman off again. Good call.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.